friends, welcome to Tarun IS. Today we will be discussing MCQs based on the current affairs of 31st of October 2022. So let's start with the first MCQ of the day. Consider the following statements regarding AIIB, which is Asia Infrastructure Bank. Asia Innovation and Infrastructural Bank. So it is a multilateral development bank that aims to improve socio-economic outcomes in Asia. The second statement says that it is headquartered in Shanghai. Third statement says that it has 105 members, with India being the largest shareholder. Now, if we look at the Asia Infrastructure and this Innovation Bank, then yes, it is a multilateral development bank with approximately 105 members, but it is headquartered in Beijing. It is headquartered in Beijing, and China is the largest shareholder, right? And it does aim at improving socio-economic outcomes in Asia. So let's see what has been asked. Which of the above is the correct statement? Since 2 and 3 only one was correct, right? And 2 and 3 were the incorrect statement, because India is not the largest shareholder, it is China, and headquartered is in Beijing. So therefore only one is correct, and hence A will be our correct answer. So this is the explanation which you can read. You can pause the video and read the explanation from here. See, it is headquartered in Beijing, and China is the largest shareholder. Let's look at the next question. Which among the following provided a common factor for tribal insurrection in India in the 19th century? Right. So let's look at these statements and then we will decide the correct answer. Introduction of a new system of land revenue and taxation of tribal products. All right. New system of land revenue. See, this was there during the British colonial period. A new taxation system, new land revenue systems were devised. The permanent settlement system was there, Rayotwari was there, and Mahalwari was there. So these three land revenue settlement systems were there, and yes, taxation, heavy taxation. The tribal people were not allowed to visit the forest without the permit and without paying the fees. So thus this land revenue system was important. However, the land revenue system, it varied from region to region, and also the regulation to collect the forest produce also varied from region to region. Some of the tribal communities were branded as the criminal tribe by the Criminal Tribes Act. Right. So second statement is about the influence of foreign religious missionaries in tribal area. This was true, that many of the Christian missionaries, they had a penetration in the tribal region, and they tried to transform their local culture and convert them into Christianity. However, this also varied from region to region, because if we consider the northeastern region of the country, then many of the tribal people, despite following the local customs and tradition, their tribal culture, they did convert to the Christianity. And today if we go to Nagaland, then majority of the population has converted to Christianity, but still they are rooted in their traditional tribal culture. So yes, this was also true. However, we have to select the most appropriate one that reflects the condition of the 19th century. The rise of a large number of money lenders, traders and revenue. Yes, Dikus as they were known. Dikus means outsiders. So people from outside, such as money lenders, traders, etc., they used to extort lot of money, and they used to exploit tribal people, more appropriately, to be gender neutral, tribal people. The complete disruption of the old agrarian order of the tribal community. Now, this is a very general statement that covers the condition of the tribal people across India under the British colonial rule. The first three statements, they varied from region to region. Some of the tribal people, they accepted Christianity and they did convert to the Christianity. Some of the tribal people did not convert. For example, the Munda tribe They revolted against the outsider under the leadership of the Birsa Munda, right? So these actually varied from region to region. However, the fourth statement is kind of common. It's a common factor. So therefore D will be our correct answer. So you can look at the explanation here. They varied from, this is not reason, this is reason, right? So please pardon me for the spelling mistake. But the most common factor for all the tribal uprising was the disruption of old agrarian order. Let's move on to the question number 3. Question number 3 is about the blue flag certification. So what is this blue flag certification? Basically, in a simple and layman terms, if I say, it is eco-labeling of the beaches. That it is to define that this particular beach is clean, it has healthy water, it promotes environmental sustainability, it is safe for the people, it is safe tourism, safe environmental, safe beach tourism. So let's consider these statements regarding the blue flag certification. It was started in the France 1985 and it spread to areas outside Europe since 2005. Alright. It can be obtained by beach marinas and they serve as an eco label. India has 12 beaches as blue flag certified. So let's see which of these statements is correct and which of these statement is incorrect. Yes, it was started in France in 1985 by a Denmark based NGO FEE, which is Foundation for Environmental Education, 1985, and it did spread to areas outside Europe since 2001, not 2005. Therefore, the statement 1 is partially correct and partially incorrect. It can be obtained by beach marinas and serve as eco-label. Yes, statement 2 is correct. India has 12 beaches at blue flag certified. So if you go to the daily current affairs of 31st of October 2022, you would see that we had discussed blue flag certification in detail, and India, after the addition of the Kadmat and the Mini Koi Tundi beach, has achieved total beaches 12 which are blue flag certified, and we also discussed the name of other beaches who have been blue flag certified in the previous years. So thus 2 and 3 statements are correct and first is incorrect. So let's see what has been asked. Select the correct answer. So first is incorrect, only 2 and 3 is correct, therefore B will be our correct answer. You can read the explanation here, although I have already explained it, and you can go to the daily current affairs playlist also to look for the detailed explanation. This is not ASOC, this is ECO. Please pardon me for this spelling mistake. Consider the following statements regarding GEAC, which is this GEAC body. This was in news recently because this has given the field trial approval to the hybrid mustard. Hybrid mustard. We discussed hybrid mustard detailed in one of our editorials, which you can find in the playlist. It is basically a statutory body under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This makes the statement 1 correct. And yes, this body regulates the usage, manufacture, store, import, export of the hazardous microorganism or the genetically engineered organisms and cells in India. Yes, this is the central body, this is the statutory body which is responsible for all these activities when it comes to the genetically engineered organisms, whether plants or animals. Therefore, this is the main body which grants the approval for the field trials of the genetically engineered crops. So thus, hybrid mustard recently has been given the nod for the field trials and the seed productions. So therefore, this makes both the statements as correct. Therefore, both the statements are correct. Hence, C will be our answer. You can read the explanation here that with the GEC, that it was notified under the Environment Protection Act of 1986. This is an important point, which can be one of the statements in the examination if the question is asked about this body. And this was, yes, renamed, and it was renamed from Genetic Engineering Approval Committee to Advisory Committee, Genetic Engineering Advisory Committee under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This body regulates the use, manufacture, storage, import and export of the hazardous microorganisms or the genetically engineered organisms and cells in India. So you can look at the countries which are Okay, so so the next question is, consider the following countries. So there the names of some countries are given, and you have to answer that which of the above are among the free trade partners of the ASEAN, right? So ASEAN is basically a 10 country body of Southeast Asia, and it has total 6 free trade partners. So yes, India, Japan, China is there. Canada is not there. Australia, yes. US is also not a FTA partner. So total 1, 3, 4, 5 are the FTA partners of ASEAN. So let's see, let's look at the options. So we had Australia, yes. So wherever there is no optional one, you can eliminate that option. We had India and Japan, so 4 and 5, and we had China too. So C will be our answer. So Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, India, China, Japan. These are the 6 FTA partners of ASEAN countries. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching Taruna IAS. Have a nice day.